Hello there guys, my name is Luke and welcome to another transfer bonanza. I haven't done one of these in a long time and you guys have been asking for them, so here you go. We're back with another transfer bonanza. These transfers have all happened between the 27th of June and the 3rd of July, which is today. I'm recording this at 12 PM. So all the transfers are correct up to this point. Any transfers that happen after this point will be in the next video. So stay tuned for that and let's get straight into the transfers. So our first transfer up to the Football League is quite an experienced player. It's a 30-year-old centre-back. It is Stefan Zubar. He has moved from Weymouth to Yeovil Town. He is a former Bournemouth player. He spent most of his career in the Football League. Next up is Lewis Wing. He's a 22-year-old striker who has moved from 9th tier Shildon up to Middlesbrough in the Championship. He'll play for their under-23s next season. Next up is Eriko Souza. He's a right midfielder who played for Tranmere last season. Before that, he was actually at Accrington, but because of registration issues, he left Accrington, signed for Tranmere until the end of the season, and now he has gone back to Accrington to now play a part next season. 22-year-old right midfielder. Next up, we got another player moving to Accrington, and that is Meki McLeod. He is a right midfielder, 20 years old, and he moves from Billericay of the 7th tier. He played for Rangers at the start of the season, but didn't get a game, so moved to Billericay, and also had a spell at Ebbsfleet last season. And the final player moving up to the Football League this week was Craig Ross. He is a goalkeeper. He moved from Macclesfield in the National League up to Barnet. And he's a 27-year-old goalkeeper that played over 30 games last season and turned down a new contract at Macclesfield. Now on to the top 5 biggest coups from this week, and in at number 5 is Jack Byrne. Player of the Year last season at Solihull Moors, has left the club and signed for Brackley of the National League North. Liam Daly is in at number 4, another player leaving Solihull. He was their captain last season, 6'6" centre-back. Fans' favourite, he has left. Miles Weston is in at number 3, a very experienced winger, very quick, very good player, has been in the Football League for a number of years, has signed for Ebbsfleet. Number 2 is Lee Vaughan. After leaving Tranmere, he's turned down a new contract there and signed for Harriers. He was in the National League team of the season last season, so it's a massive coup for Harriers. And then number 1 is David Mooney, who has left Southend to re-sign for Leyton Orient and help them get out of non-league. Now moving down into the National League, and we'll start off with AFC Fylde. Josh Eswele has signed from Kidderminster Harriers, the 3rd Harriers defender that Fylde have signed. Probably the worst out of the 3. He's still a decent prospect, but he's not a starting 11 player just yet. Barrow have signed David Fitzpatrick from Wimbledon, who had a loan at Torquay last season, and Stuart Moore from Reading, who is very highly rated by Reading fans. Boreham Wood have completed a season-long loan deal for Bradley Ash from Barnsley. Bromley have made 2 signings in Brett Williams, the very inconsistent but brilliant on his day sort of player. He's one of those sort of players, Brett Williams, and he has left Torquay and signed for Bromley. Frankie Raymond as well from Dagenham and Redbridge. I think that's quite a good signing. Femi Ilesanmi has joined Dover from Boreham Wood. Eastleigh have brought in 2 very experienced players, definitely fit in that trend of Eastleigh signings of players that have played in the Football League for a number of years but are now sort of at the tail end of their career. They brought in 2 wide players. They brought in Mark Yates from Notts County and Sam Wood from Wycombe Wanderers. They're 2, on paper, really great signings. Ebbsfleet, in my opinion, have done the best business this week. They brought in Miles Weston from Wycombe and Sam Magri from Dover. 2 very good players and will definitely do well at this level. Sam Magri proved himself for the last few years at Dover, and I thought he would move to the Football League, but Ebbsfleet have persuaded him to stay in non-league. And Miles Weston, a very quick winger. On to Guiseley, who have signed Reece Thompson from North Ferriby United on a compensation deal. One of the few decent players last season. No disrespect to North Ferriby, but they did not play very well last season at all. Reece Thompson was one of the few players that really stood out. Leyton Orient have got a new owner in Nigel Travis, which means they can finally move forward and make some signings. They've made 2 this week, 2 absolutely brilliant signings in my opinion. First of all, David Mooney, who has rejoined the club from Southend after being released last season. And Joe Widdowson, signed from bitter rivals Dagenham and Redbridge, left back, very good player. Macclesfield have signed Keith Lowe, Harriers captain. I'm happy about this because of how Harriers have signed Liam Daly, which I'll get onto in a bit. But Keith Lowe, sad to see him leave Harriers. Very good player. His 50-yard diagonal passes alone are they're just beautiful to watch, and I'll definitely miss those if Daly can't pull stuff out of the same locker. Solihull Moors have made 2 signings. They've brought in
Darren Carter from Forest Green, a very experienced midfielder, and Tom Tonks, their third signing of the season from Stourbridge. Torquay have made 4 signings this week. The first of them is Liam Davis from Cheltenham Town. Jan Glukowski has come back down south from York City, and Jamie Reid returns after his loan at the club last season expired. That's been extended for another 6 months, so Torquay will be happy with that. And Neil Osborne, a goalkeeper, has joined from Southampton, just a young keeper there. Tranmere have made 1 signing, their first signing of the transfer window. George Waring, he's a striker from Stoke City. Woking, 3 very good signings in my opinion. Josh Staunton in particular from Dagenham, turned down a contract at Dagenham and has gone and signed for Woking. Jason Banton as well from Chorley, good player, and Jordan Winter from Bromley. Moving into the National League North, 3 signings for Boston United. Taryn Hare from North Ferriby, Ashley Hemmings, really big coup that, and also Kabongo Chimanga from MK Dons, a good prospect. Brackley Town, this is also a massive coup. Jack Byrne, Players Player of the Year last season at Solihull Moors, snubbed a contract with Solihull and has gone to Moneybags Brackley. Bradford Park Avenue make another impressive signing in Yavan Vidal from Guiseley. FC United of Manchester brought in Conor McCarthy from AFC Telford. Then now on to my club Kidderminster Harriers. I did speak about all these signings in a separate video, but we signed Kieran Keane from Worcester City. Very happy with that. 9 goals, 14 assists last season in a very poor Worcester side, so I'm happy with that. In at left back, Lee Vaughan, absolute hero, cult hero with Harriers, one of my favourite players ever. So I am absolutely delighted he is back. He was in the National League Team of the Season last season. Liam Daly as well, fans' favourite at Solihull Moors, captain, won the National League North with them a couple of years ago. And Emmanuel Sanoop as well, he was on loan with us at the end of last season and he looked very impressive, so I'm glad that he is back on a permanent deal. North Ferriby have signed Joe Pugh from Doncaster Rovers. Southport have signed Adam Dugdale from Eastleigh and Jack Kapohumo, something, I have no idea how to pronounce that, from Radcliffe Borough. Tamworth, good signing, Aman Verma from Torquay United. He left Torquay last season because he wanted to move closer to his home in the Midlands. York City have made a few signings this week. They have been the most active club, bringing in 6 players. John Worsnop was the first from Bradford Park Avenue. Amari Morgan-Smith and Daniel Parslow have joined on permanent deals after their loans from Cheltenham Town last season. Louis Almond has joined from Tranmere. Connor Smith has joined from Hartlepool, and Theo Walton has joined after a spell last season with Weston-super-Mare. Now moving down into the National League South, and the well-worn path from Enfield to Braintree is being even more well-worn now. Ricky Gabriel, Nigel Nater and Connor Bolton have all this week signed for Braintree from Enfield. Obviously Braintree do have the former Enfield manager and he's basically bringing his entire squad along with him. Chelmsford have made 2 signings, Jim Stevenson from Dover and Sam Besant from Braintree Town. Dartford have signed Lyle Della Verde from Concord Rangers. Oxford City have signed Eddie Jones from AFC Telford. Poole Town have signed Tony Lee from Eastleigh, and Truro City have made the loan of Ben Gehring from Torquay United permanent. Now onto the best of the rest section, and I've picked out a couple. Connor Hughes has joined Warrington Town from Worcester City, and Harrison Chatting has joined Heybridge Swifts from Canvey Island.
So there you have it, that is it for this transfer bonanza. Which is your favourite transfer from the last few days? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video, then hit that like button and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.